Imagine sailing across calm waters, when suddenly the sea begins to churn. Tentacles as thick as tree trunks rise from the depths. They wrap around your ship. Wood snaps, men scream, and the ocean swallows everything whole. This isn't just a sailor's nightmare. For centuries, people believed it was real. The Kraken. But what was it? A myth or a monster still lurking in the deep? The Kraken legend comes from sailors in the North Atlantic, especially off the coast of Norway and Iceland. They described a creature so large it could be mistaken for an island. Its tentacles stretched high into the sky. Its body vanished beneath the waves, and when it moved, whirlpools pulled ships down into darkness. But here's the twist. These stories weren't just wild imagination. They were warnings, passed from one crew to another. Sailing centuries ago meant facing an ocean full of dangers. Storms, rocks, pirates, and things no one could explain. When a ship disappeared without a trace, what did people believe? That something dragged it down. The Kraken became the face of that fear, a way to explain the unexplainable. And in a world where superstition ruled, fear spread fast. The first written description of the Kraken appeared in the 13th century. It was said to rise from the deep, terrifying fishermen. By the 18th century, naturalists even wrote about it as if it were a real animal. Some described it as a crab, others as a giant squid. But all agreed on one thing: it was enormous. One report claimed the Kraken was a mile wide, a monster that could sink fleets, not just ships. But could anything that big really exist? Here's where the story gets interesting, because the ocean does hold creatures that fit the description. The giant squid, with tentacles stretching over 40 feet long, arms lined with hooks and suckers strong enough to leave scars on whales. For centuries, no one had ever seen a living one. Only dead squids washed ashore, or strange scars found on sperm whales after epic battles in the deep. Imagine being a sailor, glimpsing one of these monsters thrashing at the surface. Wouldn't you believe you'd seen the Kraken? Sperm whales are known to dive miles deep to hunt giant squid. When they surface, their skin is often covered with sucker marks, proof of violent fights happening far below. If whales could wrestle creatures that large, then maybe sailors weren't exaggerating. Maybe they really saw glimpses of battles between titans, and in fear, they named the enemy the Kraken. But here's what chills the spine. The giant squid isn't the only candidate. There's also the colossal squid. Even bigger, even more mysterious. We've only seen fragments of them. A beak the size of a man's fist, eyes the size of dinner plates, and bodies pulled up from the Antarctic waters that hint at sizes beyond imagination. If these creatures live in the darkest parts of the ocean, how many more giants could be hiding where no light reaches? Remember this: we've explored less than 20% of the ocean floor. That means 80% of Earth's largest habitat is still unknown. Every year, new species are discovered. Some are small, but others defy belief. So when people laugh at sailors' stories of the Kraken, ask yourself, is it really impossible or just undiscovered? The Kraken has become a symbol of terror. From books and movies to video games and even rum bottles, it embodies the fear of the sea itself, that beneath the calm surface hides something vast, something waiting. But legends don't grow without roots, and the Kraken's roots run deep in truth. If the giant squid remained unseen until the 21st century, if the colossal squid still hides in the Antarctic depths, why not a creature even larger? Sailors told stories of ships dragged under. Fishermen spoke of tentacles longer than masts. Even today, some reports surface of strange shadows beneath boats. Science may call them exaggerations, but legends always have a kernel of truth. So was the Kraken real? Maybe not exactly as the stories said, but the ocean has shown us time and again its monsters are real. And perhaps the greatest horror isn't knowing whether the Kraken existed. It's knowing that in the endless, black depths of the sea, we wouldn't even see it coming. The Kraken is more than a myth. It's a reminder that the ocean is vast, ancient, and full of mysteries. For the sailors of old, it was a nightmare. For us, it's a question mark. And the ocean never gives up its secrets easily. So next time you look out at the sea, ask yourself, what's really waiting beneath the waves? Because in our next episode, we dive into something even stranger. The chilling legends of sea serpents, creatures that slither through history, leaving fear and fascination in their wake. Stay curious, stay brave. This is Dusk Times, where history sinks